bass, man. How bass ain't recording it ain't approved.
High Bass 601 coming at y'all with a video. We're up in Cali again. We're at Gately Shop. We just left Mr. Steve Mead. Yes, y'all can see where I'm at, guys. Back at SMD. Don't look like we're gonna be able to hit nothing though. We had a long talk, chopped it up, but he was busy as normal. So here we're walking up at Gately right here. Look what he got parked outside, guys. Look at that monster. That thing is sick. I wanted to, it's kind of curious. I wonder if this is the one with the system in it. I think it is. We're gonna see. We're just gonna walk around until we find him. He expecting me, he know I'm coming. Seems like he's across the street, but we're just gonna peep in here and see if he's in here. There he is. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So we're live, we're not stopping, no recording, guys. Kaylee's on the computer doing something, so we're just gonna walk over here and see what these guys got going. Kaylee sent me over here to make sure y'all doing what y'all supposed to be doing. What's going on? That all right? He said y'all was working on a bunch of wild stuff over here. So, what's up, bud? Smile, you on camera? Another SUV? I'm kind of finna interview Gately on a few things. I just asked him a question about, like, when did he start doing cardio? And like around what year it was. I mean, like I said, as a kid, I remember watching certain people in the car audio industry, but when he popped up, he just popped up and just blew up. So, and I knew at some point he had been doing this stuff for a long time and probably had a Isuzu lowrider with a camper shell on it back then.
No, I never did that.
You never did that? What you have?
Ford Ranger, but never had a camper shell.
A Ford Ranger?
Yeah.
So was it just the bed cover or blow through?
I
what
never
was
had a blow through. It was an extra cab, and so I had like two kicker 12s in a fourth order van pass behind the front seats.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
That was fun. Yeah. So my start to car audio was just I was in high school, and a friend of mine was having a custom box built by some guy that lived pretty close by, and we went over there to like check it out as the guy was finishing it up, and it was kind of funky, and
right.
My buddy was paying a lot of money for back in 1998 or 89 rather, and I was like, next time you want to do that, like, we should just do that ourselves. It'll be fun,
right?
And he was like, oh wow, yeah, like sure, Not long later, another friend of mine was like, I got these subwoofers and I got my car and I need to build a box. You want to help me do it? And I was like, I sure do. And we made a big ass mess. It was a piece of shit. It was pretty embarrassing. And I had overestimated my understanding of what was going on. But it worked out, and it worked, and we made it function, and it worked well. But it was just a lot harder than I thought.
Right.
And then I started being everybody's helper to do their audio systems. I got paid a couple bucks here, and got some meals paid for, and buddy orders pizza and stuff like that, and help people build their beat. And then it was like a hobby of mine for my own vehicles, and I built sub boxes in my buddy Gary Geischert's lawn. He was an older guy. He actually went to school with his daughter, and she was this really beautiful, super cool chick, but her dad was this rad dude that was into audio and car audio and home audio, and he had me build him some custom boxes for a few things, and then he was selling audio gear. he was selling audio gear out of his garage, and he hooked me up with a couple of his customers, and I started building some boxes in his lawn with like a skill saw and a table router and a jigsaw. And I built a bunch of cool stuff and was paying for myself to go to school. I was studying to be a computer network engineer.
Right.
And yeah, and by the time I was done with school, I didn't want to work a minute doing that. And I was still doing a little bit of car audio, and I was working as a service engineer at a biotech company. So I was traveling all around, and I was doing car audio on the side. Did a big audio system for my buddy Brian King in his boat. And then the owners of Boss Wakeboard Towers saw what I had done in his boat and contacted me, and they wanted me to do the audio system in one of the owners' boats. And then I helped them fix a couple projects that they were working on. Then they offered me a job, and they offered to help me move to the Sacramento area. And I was working there for a while. How you doing? Good. Right in that door right there should be a couple of things for you. Thank you so much. And so moved up to Sacramento, and one of the two owners was not a fantastic human.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was pretty rad. Learned a
Right.
lot from him. Learned a lot of what not to do from the other guy. But I left and I started Gately Audio, and I was building acrylic boxes out of my garage. Called Guru Electronics in San Jose. I think there's still a chain now, a small chain, but there was one specific location in San Jose. They bought a bunch of my boxes when I got started, all acrylics. And I was selling boxes on Term Pro and Sound Domain, and I was working my ass off in my garage night and day. And years went by doing that, and then I moved actually to this location, not this bay right here. This is all kind of new in the last few years to me, but what is behind you here was my little install bay, and I had a little woodworking room in the back, which is right now where all the technicians build the boxes, but my whole wood shop was in that back section.
In the back section, okay.
And me and Colt, who's my head technician, started doing installs out of there years ago. And, you know, we did okay. We got by. Just, you know, 1 or 2 man band. Never really had more than 2 employees at once.
Really?
And you know, I got by okay, reasonable living. But then I started having a lot more fun once I started sharing stuff on Instagram back in like 2017.
Right.
I started getting a lot more attention, and I was paying more attention to stuff online, and that you know, kind of made the secondary wave of taking off. Like, we were doing fine with just local people and word of mouth. Once I started doing stuff, sharing on Instagram, and then John Raby of Sky High and I talked about just building some custom boxes for them. And then we talked about building production boxes, and that leveled up and it just keeps going. And
right.
It's fantastic, and I think we're doing a really good job most of the time. You know, every once in a while we'll hit a little snag. Things will be a little more difficult than we'd like them to be, but we just push through and make things right and be relentless and get shit done. And then you know, we considered shutting down the install bay at one point because we wanted to focus on box production, and,
right.
But man, people just insisted that we stay doing it. Walk on by, man.
Come on, you
this
good?
place has to stay functioning.
Yeah.
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 And so we kept on with the install bay. It just keeps on needing to expand, and now Colt's got a couple guys working under him, Tyson and Gary, and we get a bunch of help from the woodshop side, and we keep expanding the woodshop side, and more box products, and more speakers, and more amplifiers, and more subwoofers, and we just got to keep our chin down and our guard up and push in and just like do more always, right? And be more efficient with our skills and our time, and everybody's learning new stuff every day. And that's like really important. It's hard to always be learning something every day, but we just keep growing, and I don't want to take any of that for granted. I gotta keep reinvesting and keep working real hard myself and setting a good example for my whole team and any of these guys out there that are aspiring to do things similar to what we're doing here.
Right. I think you're gonna get a lot more. I mean, because look at that truck. I don't know who expired him, but probably the last bill.
So this truck here is owned by Jim Stewart, who also owns the Raiden truck that you guys are already familiar with.
The who? Which one?
The Raiden, the big F450 that's outside.
And that's the one that has the stuff in the bed, right?
Yeah.
I thought so.
So he owns both of them.
Oh my God.
He's a crazy dude. He's a hard.
So why is that one here? Why is it here?
Well, after SEMA, it needed some upgrades and some repairs, so we brought it back here for that, and then we had it out at the showdown, and then after it got back, we wanted to wait for winter to be over. So winter's finally over because he's from Rochester, New York.
Okay.
So it's not frozen anymore there, and we're just finalizing a new center grill component for the front of it. The other one that was on there took an impact somewhere along the way, had some fractures in it, so it's a little messed up looking. So we made him a new one of those, and made a few other upgrades, put a new head unit in. The old one was like a 2017 or 2018 Alpine Halo, taking a lot of abuse, and you know, the newer model's a little better. So we made that upgrade and did more tuning on it. You know, I mean, every time we do one tune, we get better at tuning. We have our tuning cart over here to your left there that Tyson uses more often than anybody else.
So the big question is it playing?
Yeah, it's fine.
You smile because you already know I want to hear something. Hey, I want to hear something. I visited Steve a minute ago, and he was busy working out, you know. And he said,
if he's there that late in the day and he's still working, then he for sure isn't gonna have any time. He's trying to be back up the hill. He starts super early and leaves super early. I start super early.
Hey, tell Gately, let me hear that truck, y'all. So you know how it goes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll fire that thing up. Let me finish.
Hey guys, we finna hear this big old thing.
Y'all rocking with high bass, man. High bass ain't recording it. It ain't approved.